Real quick before the video starts, I figured I'd share a quick picture of the wheat field. The snow has melted and had a couple of good sunshine days on it, and it's really starting to green up, so really looking forward to how this is going to start growing and see how well it's actually going to do. So that's enough of that, so let's get into the video. Welcome back, everyone. Today is a beautiful sunny day here in February, and it is 81 degrees outside, which is about 75 degrees warmer than it was a week ago, which is crazy. So welcome to Oklahoma. We're known for these crazy temperature swings. But today we're going to be getting this beast woke up from her hibernation and get it ready to plow the ground for the cornfield. But first, I want to show you something that I just picked up over the weekend. This all right here is the cultivator I bought for the H. John Deere, so we can actually cultivate the corn. Let me flip the camera around and give you a little better view of what we got. So unless you know how these things work and how they go together, you're probably gonna think this looks just like a jumbled up pile of scrap iron. But it's kind of set up how it would go on the tractor. You have this side right here, will go up here on the front left side of the tractor, front right of the tractor. Right in this gap right here where my hand is gonna be where the nose of the tractor. And those two arms right there and then right there, those are gonna hook onto the very front of the tractor. So that kind of gives you an idea of where these are going to sit. These rods here for what helps raise and lower the shovels. And this W-shaped piece mounts to the back axle of the tractor and also has three of these other shovels that two of them will go behind the wheels and the one will go through the middle. So in theory, the way how this all works is the front wheels will go in between two rows, and the two rows will go in between the front wheels and the rear wheels, so that way the tractor will straddle two rows at a time, cutting the weeds away from the bottom of the corn stalks. And which I was really tickled to death, as you can see, it actually has the sideboards to protect the young corn plants as they're just coming up, when they're about 4 to 6 inches tall. And another piece, when I seen the pictures, you can see there is still original paint. So that is really cool. I'm really looking forward to here shortly getting this stuff mounted to the H and actually getting it all loosened up and working. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully that'll be getting filmed here in the next few weeks. We have some work to do on the H. John Deere. The carburetor was kind of acting funky whenever we was planting the wheat, and just never got around to fixing it since then. And after doing a little bit of looking on the 2236, I seen that my fuel hose has got a couple of holes and it was leaking fuel. And fuel is not cheap. It's sure it could be worse, but every bit of fuel that is dripping on the ground is fuel that's not going into the tractor, making power, doing it what I need to do. So that's what today's video is going to be about, just getting this thing here just prepped and ready for our spring groundwork. So I have the field already flagged off. I got some flags set up to how big it's going to be. Here probably in the next couple of days, I'm going to get the mower out and knock down the grass so that way it doesn't plug up the plow as bad. But I'm going to set the camera down and I'm going to start taking this bad piece of hose off and possibly might be replacing it with a piece of copper tubing. So we'll get back when I am starting to work on this. Well, sorry I didn't film it. The sun started going down pretty quick and I wasn't sure I was going to get it done. But here's our finished result. I got the fuel turned on just to see if I got any leaks. These gaskets here got a little dry, but now I get some fuel on them. They quit leaking, so they're drying up now. Some moonshiner is going to be mad at me for using that much copper tubing, but I had it laying around, so I went ahead and used it. So well, here in the next day or two, I'll end up putting water back in the tractor and cranking it up, and we'll be getting ready to be plowing. So now we got this problem fixed, on to the next. Well guys, it's the next day and temperature has dropped again. It's back down to 59 degrees, so not a lot's going to be done outside today. Plus the wind is really just blowing pretty hard, so a lot of wind noise. Well, since the wind's not blowing, I went ahead and got the cultivator kind of laid out how it'd go on the tractor. That way I can see what all I have and if I actually have a full cultivator, which I do. I have it set up kind of how it'd go on the tractor. And everything looks to be in order. Everything seems to be here. I got a couple extra pieces that would go to this cultivator but wouldn't go to this cultivator. It has these extra levers over here, which there's one laying right here. That'd be, I'm guessing, for if it was set up for hydraulic. Some of the late H's did have hydraulics. Mine does not, so it'll be the mechanical lever that looks like a medieval sword kind of looking deal. But as you can see here, actually has the original paint. So I'm excited to use this piece because that's really cool. Unfortunately, it won't be this video, but hopefully in the next week or so, I can actually start putting this cultivator on the H and getting everything freed up and working the way it's supposed to. So we'll pick back up whenever that time comes. One more thing before I get off here. Just been watching the weather, and yesterday when I looked at it, it wasn't calling for anything, and then this morning I seen we're expected to have anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain Friday and Saturday morning. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to plow the cornfield, but the tractor's ready to go. So if we're able to plow, some dirt's going to get turned over. So I won't know until I'll know. So I figured I'd just be up front and kind of tell you kind of what to expect in the next video, which depending on if it rains, it's going to be something. So I just, depending on the rain is depending on what next Thursday's video is going to be. So as always, I'd like to thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all Monday at the Behind the Barn show.